Okay, I think we're just about ready to start. First time doing a real stream, so hope this goes well. Hold on, let me go ahead and there we go. Oh, there's Lily already. Okay, and I should put me up to. Ta-da! Okay. All right, so we're a few games in to this campaign, but it's the first one I'm streaming, so I'm calling it episode 1, and everyone can just catch up as we go. Everyone being us watching in the future, pretty much. Vanya, sorry I popped you right up on screen immediately, so I'm glad you had hurried up with your mask real quick because I forgot I didn't have that hidden. So. Okay, to start off, I'm just going to throw it over to my brother Jake, who is the DM, and let him get us started.
All right, hey everyone, ready to go ahead and get started. Just for the record, I'll go ahead and have everyone say your character and describe yourself so that we just have a... Oh, are you talking? Oh, sorry. I had the window open and it was very delayed. I was like, wait, are you talking? I'm going to go ahead and have everyone describe yourselves and name your character just so we can link up the voices to who's speaking. And then we'll go ahead and get right into it. You can bring up the board whenever that happens and we can get started. So go ahead and we'll start with Nick. Name your character and then we'll just go down the list.
Cool. All right, so I will be... Oh, wait, let me do this in character. Hi, everyone. My name is Bagee. No relation to any real character. I'm just going to pop my picture up on the screen. There we go. That's me. Yep, nice and fancy looking. I'm a wizard. Elf wizard, because elves are the best wizards. And, that's what I look like. And that's all I got to say about that. Oh, I like biscuits with mustard.
All right, that's the key. And next, let's go with Aravan.
My character's name is Aravan. He's a high elf bard.
All right, so hi, Aravan. And next.
Hi, my character is Zoe, a female half-elf who is a fighter, and joined on this mission and on this group because I'm an anthropologist, and this was a great opportunity to meet new species.
All right, into different species. I like where that's going.
Species, different cultures, whatever.
Right, yeah. What I mean, so yeah, species. Anyway, and last we have the masked person over there. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, I play Vanya, and she is a human cleric, and she has a horse named Vladimir.
All right. So yeah, that's our little ragtag group of adventurers. And when we last left our adventurers, they were exploring the creepy, haunted basement of a house in the midst of a village lost to time. And they have been stumbling around and encountering creatures as they go. And we enter with Zoe, the fearless leader, stumbling into a pack of ghouls who have just burst from the ground and begun attacking the party. So when you guys are ready, let's have everyone roll initiative. Do it in table plop if you can, and if not, go ahead and call it out to me so I can add it manually. All right, so we're starting strong with a 5.
Hurrah.
So remember, to roll initiative, you'll click on your character token, and then you go to scroll down to initiative. It's going to be in the first tab all the way at the bottom, and you just double click the word initiative, and then hit enter to send it. Ooh, 23. That's a little bit better.
Wait, how do you do it?
So you're going to click on your character token, and it'll bring up a thing on the left. You're going to scroll all the way down in that first tab, and then you'll see the word initiative. You double click that, and it'll put a message in the chat, and you just hit enter and send that. Waiting on Biggie and Vanya at the moment.
Okay, so Biggie got 11 plus 2, so 11 plus 2.
Okay, Biggie's initiative is 11 plus 2. All right, we got a good spread so far. We got a bottom of the ranks, a top, and a middle. And let's see what Vanya gets. Being all the way in the back, it's not going to matter too much, but we'll see what ends up happening there. You getting it, or did you need me to?
I got an 8.
Okay, did you just roll a real die?
Yeah.
Okay, that works. So we'll add Vanya. Was that after adding your modifiers?
Yes.
Okay, so Vanya has an 8 initiative. And we've got some ghouls here. You know what? Just to set a tone for these kinds of encounters, I'll let you guys decide. Would you rather have me roll separate initiative for each creature in a combat? Or if they're all the same creature, do you want me to roll initiative once and have them all act at once? Would you rather do like Final Fantasy style, enemy and then ally, or do you want to do like individual initiative?
Whatever's easy for you.
I prefer by creature type, so like all zombies roll 1 initiative, all ghouls roll 1 initiative.
Okay, I'll probably do it that way then. In this case, it's 4 ghouls, so they'll just all act on the same initiative. It'll be really simple. You'll know when they go. They'll be able to kind of position, but so will you guys. And if there's any like named creatures, like big boss guys, even if they're the same creature type, I'll roll them separately because they kind of have their own actions. But if it's just a bunch of one creature, I'll do them separately or individually. So I will go ahead and roll 1 ghoul. Excuse me, I didn't have their stats pulled up, but I will look them up.
While you're doing that, I'm going to pop up the map so that everyone can see where we are. And is this it? Oh, hold on.
All right. So the ghouls got an 18. I'll go ahead and tell you guys that because it's going to show up in the initiative anyway. So with that in mind, the way it's going to work, also you guys are in very, very tight quarters at the moment. This hallway is barely 5 feet wide, maybe even less, but not much less. So you don't have to squeeze or anything crazy like that to get through it, but you can't walk past even your allies. Like you're that close. You can walk past, but very difficult to maneuver in here. So if you would like to try and walk past an enemy, I think there's rules for that, and I can look it up. But we'll just call it a contested acrobatics check at the moment. I think it's something like that. Walking through allies is free, but you cannot end your move in another creature's square, an enemy or ally. So I don't know if the video is set up yet, but it should be fine because Erevan is going to be first. Erevan, you are directly behind Zoe. Zoe has just walked into the middle of this hallway. You guys are all kind of walking carefully with your weapons drawn. And as she steps into the center of this crossroads, 4 ghouls burst from the soil. You couldn't even see them. They were completely buried in the ground. They lunge up and they just start immediately hungering for flesh with their dry mouths dripping in anticipation as they walk towards Zoe. There's 1 to her left and 1 to her right. Sorry, 1 to her left, 1 ahead of her, and to her right is a staircase up into a hallway. down, staircase down to your right. So you do have an out, Zoe, but Erebin does get to go first. So Erebin, what would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to move past Zoe and ghoul number A to this spot. I'll ping it.
All right. So if you do that, Ghoul B will get an opportunity attack against you, and
Dang.
you would have to make a dexterity acrobatics check to move past Ghoul A. He would try to block you from moving, or he might let you pass, but that wouldn't be a good thing if he lets you pass.
Okay, then I'd like to cast Dissonant Whispers, using my second spell slot, um, or, on Ghoul A.
All right. So you're casting Dissonant Whispers on Ghoul A. That's going to be a Wisdom saving throw, and a successful save is half damage. So go ahead and roll your damage and tell me what the Wisdom save I need to roll is. So check your character sheet and tell me the save, and I will roll that while you roll the damage.
I have to use the bathroom. I'll be back.
All right.
Wisdom
You're
saving.
like almost last, so that'll be fine. So the wisdom part doesn't matter so much. You're going to tell me what your spell save DC is, and then tell me that it's wisdom I'm saving against. So their spell save DC will always be the same.
12.
12? Okay. So I make, really? Only 12? Oh, I guess you have a lot of dexterity. Check out your sheet just real quick. Spell save. Yeah. Oh, it starts low, but it'll get higher as you get more proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm used to our other game where we're all like level 5. So, okay. 12 DC, but ghouls don't have much wisdom, so that'll be hopefully an easy one. Go ahead and roll the damage, and then I will let you know what happens.
All right. I'm gonna roll it manually because it's more fun.
Yeah, that's fine. It's really just a trade-off of funness versus ease. It doesn't matter to me. You guys tell me the damage, I'm gonna write it down. But sometimes when there's a bunch of dice, it's easier to just click a button and have it all roll at once. But yeah, feel free to roll just as long as you're ready to roll and tell me the results as soon as possible.
All right. Ooh, okay, so I got 6 and 5 and 4, which is 15.
All right. So 15 damage. So Dissonant Whispers, you whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. So it's only verbal, so you don't even have to move your hands or do anything, and you whisper quietly across the room around the corner at the ghoul who's looking at Zoe with malicious intent, and his eye sockets kind of turn towards you. He doesn't have eyes, but you kind of see like the muscles in his eyes twitch and look towards you as he kind of grimaces his face in pain, and he grabs at his head and writhes in pain and makes weird, gross, like howling, whistling. It's like he's trying to scream, but he doesn't have lungs. I'm a scream. I have no mouth, but I'm a scream. And he takes a lot of damage. It seems from your psychic spell. He is so distraught from your whispering sweet nothings into his ghoulish ears that he immediately turns around and runs away, flailing his limbs down the hallway towards this direction, which was also part of your spell. All right.
Okay.
And that was your action.
I'd like to use my bonus action, to give Zoe Bardic Inspiration.
All right, so you have Bardic Inspiration.
Right.
Do you want to say what that does, or I mean, we all kind of know, but you can briefly explain it as we haven't really used it very much.
Okay.
You don't have to like read it verbatim, just the basics.
I know. I'm pulling it up real quick because. Okay. Dang, why is this taking forever to load? I'm sorry.
That's okay. So basically, go ahead and pull it up so you have an idea of what it does. But basically, what's the D? Does it say how many D it is?
A D6.
D6. Okay, so at any point that you would like on your turn, Zach, Zoe, can we redact that? At any point on your turn, Zoe, I know. You can use that D6 to add to a attack roll, saving throw, or skill check, and add that D6 to it.
Do I have to? I can't remember. Do I have to use that and declare it on the initial roll, or is it after you roll you can then use it? I can't remember.
I am actually looking that up right now. So
That's what I was looking up.
It's ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. You can wait until after you roll, but must decide until I say whether it succeeds or fails. So if you roll a 12, you can say I rolled a 12, but I'm using Bardic Inspiration because I think the 12 will fail. But if you say I roll a 12, period, end, and I say that fails, you can't then say Bardic Inspiration.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and it says those things. I think there's a way you can make it act on more different abilities.
Yes.
For now, it's just those. Is that a Tasha's thing?
There is. It's a Tasha's thing, and I can't remember the name of it at the moment. But it lets it also be used on heals or damage. I think.
Probably damage.
I'm getting my Tasha's.
Probably. Go ahead and grab it. It's optional whether or not you use it, but I will allow the use of it if people remember it. I'm not going to constantly say, but this is an option, but that is an option. All right, so Zoe has Bardic Inspiration. Erevan has cast a spell. Make sure you mark off that spell slot. And would you like to move anywhere, or are you going to stay where you're at? Erevan.
Well, I think I want to move. Actually, wait, no, never mind. It just looks like if I moved anywhere, then they could do an opportunity attack on me, so I can't really move.
Yeah, you could. Really, the only place you could move would be backwards, or you could move to here safely. You'd be pincered between two of them, but there is an open space here that would not give you an opportunity attack because you would still be in range of this one.
Oh.
But Vanya, if you can, I know it's fun, but if you could leave your token where it is and not move it around while we're in combat, because the positions of token actually do matter in combat. There's no way for me to lock them while you guys are in combat, so it's just kind of the honor system. But yeah, if you wanted to move up to here, you could maybe do some melee next turn, but someone else might want to move there, so...
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and move right here.
Okay, so you are now in range of Ghoul B, Ghoul D, and Ghoul A if it comes back, but you would also be able to fight them, and you're going to help protect your backline, so... Alright, so if that is your turn, then we will continue with... Ooh. Ghouls are next.
Uh-oh.
By the way, I found... I actually did not find my book. I don't know where... Oh, wait, there it is. Okay. But it is spell damage or spell healing rolls. So,
okay, so it's
Zach
spells.
can add it to his damage, basically.
Okay. Okay, so... Ghouls will go... Hold on, let me finish these rolls I'm doing real quick. Okay. Oh man, okay. Start with Ghoul B. Ghoul B is going to attack the closest target, which is Zoe. And... Ghoul bursts forth from the ground and stares straight into Zoe's eyes and reaches out with its claws to claw at Zoe. And it stumbles forward on a rock that it was still on the ground from when it burst forth, and it just barely comes short of Zoe's throat as it swipes its claws at her. Ghoul C sees Ghoul B fail hard, and it walks up and stumbles past it into this space here, and will attack Zoe from that position, also with its claws. This time, the ghoul strides up and knocks past its friend and swipes its claws at Zoe. It's long, nasty fingernails digging, scraping into her armor, just barely cutting her flesh beneath the armor.
Are we talking about the goblins or Biggie?
We're always talking about Biggie.
Hey, don't talk about me or my family.
I'll be quiet. Sorry.
So it does a little bit of damage, and what's going to happen is Zoe takes 9 damage. Yikes! At this level.
I'm negative.
What? You had 20.
3 HP.
You had 24 HP. You haven't taken any damage.
Not as much as this. What I'm looking at.
What are you looking at? You're looking at table plop. We don't use table plop for HP.
Oh, I had been using that. Sorry, never mind.
I mean, you can, but what I see on my screen here says 24, so you have 24.
My bad. Sorry,
That's
I
fine.
didn't realize you were. I thought we were using that instead of whatchamacallit.
That's fine. No, I'm what's on table plop is just there for supplementary. Everything that's official is on the character sheet. And if I forgot to if I forgot to deal damage to you on the character sheet, whoops, that's your HP. I'm not
there's
going back.
Table plop was definitely wrong because I only had max HP of 12. So
Yeah, that's definitely old. If nothing else, you guys have leveled since then. So yeah, you've taken 9 damage. You're at 15. Something else happens as these claws rend your flesh. As the dirty, filthy, cursed fingernails dig into your flesh, you feel an odd, hunger, and it feels like your body's slowing down. But then, as your heart beats and pumps, the slowness goes away. You feel like you almost were your body was turning to stone, but just something about your natural constitution made it not even a problem to you. It's like you felt it for a second, and then nope, not a problem. You have no idea exactly what it is. If you'd like to roll a religion check to see if you know what it is, you may. But that is what you experience as a character.
Yeah, I'll roll a religion check. I think I'm trained in it.
Okay, go ahead and make a religion check to see what this strange feeling you felt is. And I'm not giving you the birds and the bees talk about the strange feeling.
I rolled an 8.
You have no idea. You think it might have something to do with them being zombies or undead or something like that, but you really don't know what this feeling is. You just know that it felt like they're not just normal claws. The ghoul kind of looks surprised that its claws didn't do more damage. Yeah, something about you as a person made it kind of less of an impact. So we'll continue with Ghoul D, and he's like, my claws look just fine, and he swipes at Erevan, who is directly in front of him.
Oh no!
And Erevan, Erevan is able to just barely parry since he goes charging forward into combat, and this ghoul charges forward at him, and he's just barely able to parry the attack to stop from getting clawed by the ghoul. And the ghoul kind of hisses at you, and they're not having a good time. They want you deader than they are, which is not very dead. I guess they're pretty much alive right now. Let's see, where was he here? You see Ghoul A pop back up. You hear him his footsteps running out of the room, and then as soon as you charge forward, you hear him running back in, and he can't really get a good angle at you, so you have cover around the corner. But as his friend is clawing at you, he's kind of like holding one arm on the corner of the wall, like right here, and then reaching around and trying to claw you. So you have cover from his attack, but he is still trying to attack you. The wall. And that is also going to miss. He can't quite get in reach of you. You're able to kind of like squeeze away from him where you're at. So that was the ghoul's turns. They are now completely surrounding you and blocking the hallway. Your only option for movement is going to be backwards or attempting to walk through their squares. And next is going to be Biggie.
Who, me?
Yeah, you couldn't be then. Who?
Oh don't talk about my family. Oh, wait. One day he's going to see this and be like, hey! No.
Well, it's his fault for not continuing to play with us. I mean,
That's true.
this is a fictional character.
We could have been 30 sessions into the giant one right now.
Okay. Jeez. What's McGee going to do? Okay. Well, so first, I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, hold on. Let me, Sorry, I'm not going to be this bad every time, I promise. Interact.
Sure. That's what they all say.
And zoom in.
Sure.
Okay. Trying to zoom in a little bit. Okay. So McGee's going to move over a little bit. Okay. Now, which ones have been damaged? Any of them?
Sorry, you cut out as you were saying the first part of the sentence. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Which ones have been damaged?
The only ones that have taken damage so far is Ghoul A, which is all the way in the back. This one right here. He had a big nasty psychic spell blasted at him by Erebin, but so far no one else has gone other than Erebin.
Sorry.
Sorry?
Okay. Sure, I was taking off Lily's cam.
A wizard is never late there.
If I attack...
They always-
Oh, sorry, I messed up your line.
No, I don't even know where it was going. I don't remember the quote.
Okay, if I attack Ghoul B with a spell like Chromatic Orb, does it get cover because it's on the other side of Zach?
It will have +2 to its AC because Zach is providing cover. I mean Zoe.
Can I run into Zoe's space to attack a ghoul?
No, because if you move into her space, you are entering and ending your movement in her square, and you cannot end your movement in another creature's square.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just use Chromatic Orb. Okay, so Biggie is going to cast Chromatic Orb on Goblin B, right there.
All right.
Chromatic.
Give me a roll and some damage.
Okay.
The ghoul claws at Zoe as it bursts out of the soil, stumbling as its friend shoves past it and hits her with his claws and smirks at him. And as he turns back to Zoe to rend her with another attack, he looks over her shoulder and sees the wizard channeling a mighty orb and holding up a diamond necklace and chanting magical words as a orb of viscous, thick magic forms into a ball of pure elemental damage.
Okay, and
What form does this ball
Biggie gets a 22.
All right, and what form does this chromatic orb take? It shimmers and glows with all colors of the rainbow, but finally settles on.
Okay, hold on. What are my options?
If you look up ghoul,
I'm not
Epic
looking
anime.
up ghoul. I already looked up ghoul. It's on the stream. You'll see it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with. I don't actually know resistances of ghouls, and I don't even feel like doing a check. I think acid's pretty safe because it's dissolving physical stuff. I'm not sure if they're resistant to cold or poison or any bullshit. So it's gonna be okay. So Biggie launches a chromatic orb of acid.
All right. The orb billows over Zoe's shoulder as it drips and sizzles on her armor just a little bit, like not enough to leave a mark, but just kind of like when you drop water on a hot pan, it just kind of goes psst, and then disappears into nothing. As it tumbles forward and blasts this ghoul right in the face, hitting its head and just splattering everywhere as it vanishes into nothing, but its face looks burned and scarred. And how much damage does Ghoul B take from that acid blast to the face?
8.
8. Ooh, he is not looking good. He is still standing, but it definitely has melted some of his withered flesh away, and you can see parts of his skull. There is no blood. There is no ichor. It's just flesh and bone, and it is burned and sizzling and popping. It looks like the Terminator, or it looks like the guy from Spider-Man when he like got blown up by the bomb or whatever, like his face. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Spider-Man
haha,
guy.
go
Yeah.
McGee. Okay.
Yeah, and he does not look happy at you, but he can't quite read you from where he's at. So, would that be it for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna save my sword dance. I have mage armor still, right? I think for the rest of the day.
I believe you do still have a mage armor cast. I don't know when or what or whatever, but you guys have only been dungeoning down here for like an hour at the most. So yeah, you still got a full day's left of mage armor whenever you casted it.
Okay, and I marked off
that was
my
a spell
spell
slot.
slot. Yeah, I marked off the spell slot. I still have my arcane
All right.
recovery, so yep, McGee's done. He passes.
Okay, so Begee's turn is over. Yeah, you have one spell slot left, I think. Does that match up with what you got?
Yeah, I've got one left plus arcane recovery.
Plus arcane. Okay. Yeah, I was making sure I didn't forget to mark one off at some point. Okay, and last in the initiative order is going to be sorry. I forgot Zoe didn't go yet. Vanya is going to be next, and then we'll go to Zoe, and then we'll loop back around. Vanya, you are in the far back of your party.
Okay.
And you see your party walk down this hallway, and you start hearing the clang of battle and the roar of undead creatures and acid splashing and stuff. You don't really know what's down there, but you can kind of see through through here. If you're looking, you're like peeking around the corner, you see these undead horrible creatures, and you know that clerics are very strong against these types of creatures. So you're energized and ready to go straight into fighting them. You can choose whatever you would like to do as long as you're aware of your abilities. I'm not going to list them off to you, but feel free to ask if you would like information.
Okay. I already kind of know what I want to do.
All right.
If I'm here, can I reach this guy?
No, because there's a wall right here, so you would not be able to reach him through the wall. You actually cannot quite get in melee range of any of them. You could do a range attack on one of these two creatures, but they would have cover. One thing in your position, because you're kind of in the back and like blocked, that's where the cleric wants to be because you want to save people. You have an ability called Turn Undead. Do you know what that does?
Yeah.
What does it do?
It makes the things run away.
Yeah, they have to run away for a minute, which is forever in combat because combat is 6 seconds per round, so that's like 10 rounds of combat. Now they are running away from you, so they might get chased further into the dungeon where there's more monsters. But they basically just have to keep running away. And the key thing just to remember is that it works through walls as long as they can see or hear you. So if you're behind the wall and you shout these magical words of holiness, doesn't matter if they can see you, doesn't matter if you can reach them, they haul ass in every direction. One other thing that you have, because you are a light cleric, which is very powerful, it says, let me look this up because I actually don't know if I just if I put this verbatim or because that's really strong if it is.
Okay,
each
can I already say
hostile.
what I...
Oh yeah, do you know what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, could I use Radiant Dawn?
Radiance of the Dawn is the name of the ability. Yes. And so what is it? What does that do? Go ahead and tell us.
I don't really remember because it was like an hour ago when he told me, but I think
Hey, I'm looking it up for you. One
damages them really bad.
Yeah, that's basically what it does. I mean, you don't have to know the exact details. So the key things to know is how it can target things, how it hits them, and how you have to be in range, and what it will do. So the first thing it does is it dispels any magical darkness within 30 feet of you. Remember that game we were playing the other night on in the other game where the whole room was dark? If you were a light cleric, you would cast that, and suddenly there would just be a 30-foot bubble, 60-foot bubble of light because you're so magical. Like you could just instantly dispel that. Additionally, each hostile creature, so each enemy within 30 feet of you, that means around walls, that means through walls, that means through windows. If they are within 30 feet of you, they have to make a saving throw. If they fail the saving throw, they take 2d10 plus your level damage, radiant damage. If it has total cover from you, it's not affected. So actually, from where you're at, that might not be the greatest thing. But this one and this one would take the damage because they don't have total cover. These ones are so far behind the wall they wouldn't. So you'd really want to be more like here.
So
It's the close quarters that makes it really hard, but that ability is so strong, even if you just casted it right now, you would hit 2 of those creatures and that would still be really good. Or if you would like to save it, you can recast it. It is after a long rest, so it's only once per day that you can use that ability. And if you think you're going to be fighting more undead creatures down here, you might want to save it, but that is a very, very strong ability you have.
Can I reach any of hold on. Any of these guys? The ghoul thing?
So the ones on the right, B and A, you won't be able to reach them pretty much at all. The ones on the left, you do have range of, and your main damage spell is called Sacred Flame. It's just a regular attack, but they can't benefit from cover on the save. So they're behind a wall, they're behind people. You just go zap and you zap them through all that stuff. So that's honestly your best move right now. It's not gonna kill the whole group, but it will be able to attack them from the back, which is your thing. You can stay in the back and attack and be protected by your fighters in the front line while you're zapping them from the back. So that's really your best option right now. Or you can shoot your crossbow, but it's going to be not as strong. It's going to be blocked by your friends who are in the way. Sacred Flame is kind of the attack through a whole bunch of stuff spell that you have. Sacred Flame and Radiance of the Dawn are both really good, but I would save Radiance of the Dawn right now. You still don't know what you're up against in the rest of this dungeon.
Okay, I'll probably just skip my turn then.
No, you need to do an attack. You have a spell called Sacred Flame that lets you damage C or B, and you guys are trying to kill these ghouls. So you need to kill one of them. You get an attack on your turn. Which one of those would you like to attack? B has taken some damage already. He's got blasted in the face with acid. And C has taken no damage yet and has hit Zoe. So you can attack whichever one. No, you're not allowed to
B is already getting tortured. So
yeah,
I'll do
that's
B.
true. Okay, so yeah, you might be able to kill him if you hit him hard enough. Because he's already taken a lot of damage. So yeah, so go ahead and make your attack. It is a save, so actually you're just going to tell me your spell save DC, but you are still going to, well, so that one doesn't do half damage on a save. So I'll roll the save, and then I'll tell you whether or not you can roll your damage. If I miss the save, then you would roll your damage, which is 1d8. So go ahead and get your d8 ready, and if I miss the save, I'll tell you to roll your damage, okay?
Uh-oh.
What?
Irvin, which one's the D8?
It's the one that looks like 2 pyramids on top of each other. It's like a diamond.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
That's
What is your spell save DC? I want you to find it and tell me what it is. It should be on your sheet.
So,
Mm-hmm.
this one?
Look on your spell sheet.
Okay.
Look at the one that says cleric at the top that has yours.
You might say spell saving throw or spell save.
13.
13. Okay, so I've got to roll a 13 or higher, or he gets damaged by your sacred flame. And it is a dexterity save, so I will add his dexterity. and does not quite make it. So he will take damage if you want to go ahead and roll the damage. So roll your d8 and hope for a high roll so you can blast this thing into oblivion.
Do I plus anything?
With this spell, you don't plus anything. It's just a straight d8. All spells, except for very few, are just the dice roll. Attacks like with a weapon are going to be adding something, but no, this one's just a d8.
I got a 6.
A 6. All right. So you blast him in the face with your sacred flame, and it bursts forth from the ceiling. It seems like it opens up a hole to the heavens as it blasts through the hole of this dank basement, and light floods the chamber. What?
I was just hyping it up.
Light floods the chamber, and this ghoul looks up at the light, and it blinds it as it gurgles and moans as it just got blasted in the face with acid. It's wiping the acid off, and it looks up, and this light bursts forth from nowhere and sizzles its already burned skin, and it is stumbling, and it looks like it's about to fall over, but it is still standing. But if it didn't take both of those huge attacks, one right after the other, it would still be at full strength. But that was a very good damage and hit to whittle these guys down. Next, let's hope one of them can be killed before they get to go and whap Zoe in the face again. It's Zoe's turn.
All right, I would like to attack Goblin C.
All right, so you attack Ghoul C with what are you using to attack it?
With short sword.
All right, so your first short sword, you raise and swing. Go ahead and make your roll with or without damage, however you want to do it. Your silver short sword gleams in the light of the radiant blast as it comes down towards the ghoul. This one here. All right.
16 to hit.
16. Yeah. Sorry, I had the initiative window pulled up. Your short sword hits square in the ghoul's shoulder and lops a little chunk of flesh off. It just kind of is like a glancing blow, and a chunk of flesh just kind of falls on the ground next to it, but its arm is still attached. And it's taken some damage, some piercing damage. And I believe you have another short sword with which you can make a second attack if you would like to.
I thought I didn't get the second attack until like 5th level.
So a fighter has an ability called extra attack, where when you make an attack roll, when you use the attack action, you can make a second attack. But if you are wielding a light weapon in your main hand and have another light weapon in your offhand, you can make a bonus action attack with that second weapon. That is completely separate from the extra attack. It is basically one bonus attack per turn. It doesn't stack or anything like that. But yeah, you can make a second attack. You actually have the fighting style that allows you to add bonus damage to those types of attacks. So it will just be the same kind of attack that you just made.
Sounds great. And yeah, sorry, I forgot. I was thinking that was a higher level.
Yeah, no problem. You do get more attacks at a higher level, but this is something you start with.
25 to hit, 9 piercing on Goblin C. Sorry.
All right. So the second short sword, you remember that it's a piercing weapon because I described it as a slashing attack. You stab it.
It's a little of both.
No, it's kind of a little column A, a little column B. You stab forward, and it hits it square in the breastbone, and you hear it slide through the flesh and then scrape across this. Sounds like one of those like dog bones, like it's not like a real bone where it's like it like scrapes and this horrible rending noise you hear, but it just leaves a gaping hole in this ghoul as you pull your sword out. It just nothing floods to fill the hole. It's just this big open hole. You can almost see straight through it to the other side. And this guy does not look very, very good either. They're all kind of getting chopped up by you guys real quick. But yeah, it is very injured, and that is your turn unless you would like to move.
No, I was hoping to kill C so I could move out of the way for, Big E to come in, but
C had not taken any damage. You would have had to do a lot of damage to kill it,
okay.
But
I think I'm probably best where I'm at.
All right. We'll go back to the top of initiative then, and that is going to be Erebin. You are in melee combat with two ghouls. 3 if you count the one that's flanking you with next to Zoe. And yeah, what would you like to do? B is very nearly dead. It's been blasted with acid and then burning radiant light. D and A have almost been untouched, except for A is the one that you sent running earlier.
Okay, I'd like to take a stab with my rapier at B to finish him off, or at least try to.
All right. So it will have cover because it's around that corner, but you reach around the corner and past your ally and try and stab him with your rapier.
Okay, let me roll that real quick.
Yep.
In real life, because it's more fun.
No problem. Let me know the roll, and I'll tell you if it hits, and then I'll tell you to roll damage. Or you can do both at the same time. 16. That connects. You reach around, and you're kind of like look, and then you reach, and then you look, and then you reach, and you stab, and you feel your rapier it just feels like you're like stabbing a beanbag, and then you pull it back out, and there's not anything on the tip of it. You know, when you're like checking a brownie to see if it's done, there's nothing on the tip of it except it's like it looks a little bit more dull, like it was silvered, but it's kind of just like gross now. And you peek around the corner, and there is a rapier-sized hole in Ghoul B. Let's see how much damage that did to it.
Okay. Eight. I got the max. 8.
All right. So this ghoul, you pierce a hole through it. It's like almost a hot dog size hole. You pull out your rapier, and he looks up, and he ignores you, and he looks towards Zoe, and he goes to claw her. And as he reaches his claw forward, he collapses at her feet in the clawing motion, and his body just kind of slumps into the ground. And it doesn't vanish or decay or anything, but it looks like the life is completely gone from it, and it kind of the magic that was holding it taut kind of like sags into a little, just a flesh of wrinkled, withered flesh and bones. So B is dead. So let me figure out how to do that cool thing. How do you add use 5 ESRD, manage condition, dead. Boom, cool. Okay, B is dead. There's also a dead lizard snake thing up here, but I'm not going to add it back to the map. All right. So that was your rapier stab. This space is now open if someone needs to move into it, but you have taken your action, so you would not be able to disengage from these two. They would get to attack you, so you're probably safer where you are. Would you like to do anything else on your turn?
There's nothing I think I could be able to do, so I'm going to pass my turn on to the next person.
All right, next is the ghouls. So Ghoul B is dead. Ghoul C had just tried to claw Zoe, and it hit, but it was a little bit confused that it didn't do very much damage. So it is going to actually reach out and try to bite her with its... It opens its mouth. Their mouths, they've been making noises this whole time, but it kind of bares its teeth, and its lips go up an unnatural amount, and it looks like the alien, like you feel like another mouth's about to come out, and it lunges forward and just tries to grasp onto Zoe with its giant, disgusting jaws, and it bites her square in the shoulder, and it gnaws on her for a second, and then it pulls away, and you see like teeth marks on the leather, but nothing punctured. And the leather just kind of like bounces back and rebounds to where it was, and it kind of grinds its teeth a little bit. D sees C doing that across the way, and it's like, yeah, that looks like a good idea. Let's try biting. And so it tries to bite Aravan. And it does the same thing. It bites and gets a little piece of chainmail, and one of its teeth fly off as it bites, and its teeth kind of like gets caught in the chain link, and it goes, snaps off and falls to the ground, and nothing happens. Ghoul A will try to reach around the corner and claw Aravan. That will hit, so it reaches around and scrapes the wall a few times before lashing out and whipping, and catches you right in the arm. You will take a little bit of damage. That is going to be had the dice. Where did they go? Here. That is going to be 8 damage. And you also feel an odd feeling in your body. It feels like you want to go to sleep. It feels like you want to just stop moving and like stand still just for a minute, but you kind of shake it off. Your head starts to fog and then it just goes away. It's like you had a brain fart. You don't feel like that could happen to you, but you just had like a moment of, oh man, I'm just kind of like, you're gonna pass out, and then you didn't. You kind of regain your composure. It didn't feel like it was any sort of challenge. Didn't feel like there was any sort of chance of failure. It just felt like something was gonna happen, but your body was able to fight it off before it happened. But you did take 8 damage just from the claws just gashing through your skin. So you are at 12 HP. And that was it for the ghouls. So next will be Begee. So Begee, the ghoul that you blasted with acid is dead. There are ghouls on either side flanking your friends in combat as they claw and bite their way, trying to reach the back ranks and eat your flesh.
Oh, what's a Begee to do?
That is the question.
Okay,
To
so...
Begee or not to Begee?
Oh, Begee.
Yeah, like that.
Always Begee. Can I hit Ghoul C from here?
Yep, with cover. Quarter cover, or half cover.
Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. I'm guessing that these walls converge here. And if I can get over there, I can do a lot more. So... Let's see. 5...
Sorry, which walls? Go ahead again for me.
Okay, if I go like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm hoping that these spaces are open. I could actually blade dance and get over there, and then I could be flanking them from the other side. Then
okay, so you... No, go ahead.
Okay, so Blade Singer refreshes every short rest, and I'm hoping that we're going to be taking a short rest soon. So, okay, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so Begee is going to, okay, so he looks all like Japanese and stuff, you know, like a really like a bad like cultural appropriation samurai, like he's trying to be a samurai, but it's not doing it very well.
As one does.
Yes, and he's going to invoke his ancestors, and as a bonus action, he mutters some fake Japanese, and then his elven skin begins to shimmer and glow, and the sword in his sheath, which I won't go into detail about on this stream, begins to shimmer. And he calls upon his ancestors, and he enters into his Blade Singer dance, his Blade Dance. So let me go ahead and... So I've used up both my Blade Dances now.
All right.
Let me put him on the screen so we can see... There we go. Begee. Oh, wait.
Blade Singing is a long rest. Is it short rest?
Pretty sure.
Okay, I have it marked as long rest, but I probably just didn't update it. I'll go look.
No, it's short. Because basically you're supposed to use it almost every encounter, so it's kind of like Warlock spells. Like every short rest, you're like, you know, regenning them. So I'll double check.
It's a long rest. And
what?
you regain all expended uses of it when you finish a long rest.
I'll look that up when it's not my turn. Even though you just did. But either way, so he's going to do into Blade Singer. So he also gets 10 extra movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and then he goes right here. That's
all right.
5.
Before you do that, I will allow you to, since nothing has changed in the game, as you move from here to here, Ghoul C will get an opportunity attack on you since you're exiting its reach. It will be with cover since it's around the corner when you actually exit its reach. And you are not sure that is where that turn goes. Just to be clear, but you are welcome to move. And when you reach that corner, you will see what's around the corner.
Yes.
But after the ghoul attacks you.
Yeah, I'm kind of making a guess. I mean, I got a clear path. The ghoul attacks me. I might just take it.
You know what? You know what? I can kind of see on the map where it would show anyway. So you would not have vision, but Erevan would, and so I'll kind of allow a little metagame information sharing. This is kind of what Erevan sees around that corner. If that helps guide your decision.
Ooh. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me see.
It does look like that. You're like Erevan, I'm gonna go around this way, and he's like, no, that's a dead end. Well, not a dead end, but they don't connect in the spot where you thought they might connect.
Well, hold on. 5, 10.
Where did you post
15,
the picture?
What?
25.
Oh, Nick?
It kind of looks like this. Where'd you post the picture?
What picture?
What picture?
Oh,
not
I was revealing the fog of war.
I
He
thought,
said he thinks that
Okay.
this passage connects to this hallway.
I thought
And
that
so
you.
I was
Yeah, I heard that. I thought you said that you showed like an actual picture or something. I got really confused. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just revealing a little bit.
Okay.
In
Well,
fact, I could probably reveal all of it.
I'm still gonna take the guess that this stuff circles around, because I feel like it probably does, and flanking would be really nice. Actually, from this view, I could almost like see diagonally here, but like not enough to see if it connects. So I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. He's McGee. He's a wild card. I might not even be able to get there, so I'm just going to start at the corner. So 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Okay, so as you walk past the ghoul, he does reach out his claws and attempt to scrape you as you walk by.
Man, I'm not worried about
He
that.
is going to miss. He is going to miss, so correct. Not worried about that.
Yeah, that's right.
You reach the corner, and as you turn this corner, the chanting fades slightly. You can tell it was coming from behind you somewhere in the dungeon. Not directly in front of you, just as a little flavor thing. And you do see this tunnel goes on a little ways and curves around this way. There is you are greeted with a wall as you walk around
Shit.
the corner.
Okay. Well, Big E took a chance. Sometimes it's right. So I'm guessing these stairs, guys. Are going down to the chanting, and I'm guessing down is scarier. So just those are my thoughts. Well, Big E's already committed, so I mean he's gonna keep going because he really wants to get to A. And if this doesn't work out, oh well, Big E doesn't always make the best decisions. So okay, I've got 40 movement speed though, so 40. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I've used up 30 movement speed. Here I am.
Revealing.
Please turn. Please turn right. Please turn east.
All right.
5, 10.
I wasn't prepared to read a passage from a book, but hold on.
Oh shit.
No.
Oh well, guys, that happens. So Big E does all this fancy stuff. Oh, okay, here I go, guys. Rah! And he just starts charging down an unrelated hallway. And you guys are like, where is he going? I'm gonna kill all these bad guys.
This way.
Oh my
This
God.
way.
So you walk around this corner, and you walk into a room that is about 15 by 15. There's a hallway at the left and a door at the bottom right. A chandelier is suspended above a table in the middle of the room, and 2 high-backed chairs flank the table, which has a clay jug and 2 clay flagons atop it. There are 2 iron candlesticks in the corners. You can just barely see one of them right around the corner right here, and the other one on the other corner. And they have no candles in them, but you can see melted wax that is long since hardened down the side of them. But there are 2 large candlesticks, a table with some flagon, and chairs and a chandelier.
Okay. So
So the door does go to the right.
Yeah. No, see, the thing is, there's no way I can attack anything this turn anyway. So instead of using my action to sit down at the table and have some tea, I'm just gonna dash and go all the way. But let me count. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. He gets here. Oh, so I can see down this hallway now?
Ping it?
Yeah.
Yep, you can. Reveal that. So it's pretty far away, but it's, close enough that you can see it. Let me go ahead and reveal this chunk of stuff too. You see into a room. And you see at the far corner, hold on, let me read the description piecemeal here and try to figure out what that thing is.
I do have 60 feet dark vision, so I can definitely see 60
Oh yeah, you can see just fine. Darkness-wise, you can see. It's a little bit dim, but you can see just fine. It's just the, it's far away. You got elf eyes, but, let's see. See that. So you see into a room. You can't tell what sort of room it is, but at the far end in the corner there is a crate that appears to be open. And there appears to be, I guess you could kind of see it if you were looking as you walked into the room. It looks like the foot of a bed and a large footlocker at the base of the bed. And that's all you can see in that room here.
Okay. McGee. Okay. Keep that in mind for later. Okay, so now he's going to realize that he kind of made a mistake, and he's looking back behind him, and he's like, well, I'm already committed. Might as well see this through to the end. And then he's going to use his action to dash. So now I get 40 more feet of movement, and here we go. So he's going to throw open that door with wild abandon.
All right. So you guys remember, the people in the stream won't remember, but you guys should remember. Do you remember when I told you back, session 1, session 2, this dungeon is brutal, this game is brutal, it will kill you, be careful? And you guys have been checking doors this whole time? Checking the door regardless. Wouldn't have really mattered, but you remember that, right?
Yeah.
Well, keep that in mind.
Yes.
As you... Let me.
Oh God, Biggie's gonna die. Oh God.
Probably.
Don't die on us, Biggie.
So you grab the door with your handle. You grab the handle of the door and you wrench it open, and you try to throw the door back, and it's stuck. It feels like it's not opening. It doesn't feel like it's stuck. It doesn't feel like it's locked. It just feels like you're having trouble moving it. Well, you go to take your hand off of it to try and get a better grip, and you can't move your hand. And as you look at your hand and try to pull it off, you see the face of this door slowly grow a mouth and smile at you. As the mimic enters combat. And I guess I'll roll initiative for it now. So yeah, there's a door mimic in front of you, and you're now adhered to its chin, I guess.
Okay. Oh God. Hey guys! Help! Help!
No!
You hear Biggie yells for help from in front and to the left.
No.
Biggie yells for help from the front and to the left.
Quick.
Help,
/Y,
guys!
/Y.
Help,
So he
guys!
yells
I
back,
did something.
quick,
I
use
did
your
something.
dash to get away.
All right. So you have dash.
Oh, okay.
And you have movement, but because you are adhered to the mimic, you are grappled by it. You have to use an action to attempt to escape. But let's see. Maybe it'll roll low on initiative. I haven't rolled this initiative yet.
Okay, Okay, so the one thing I would like to do is, since I've already used up my action, I'm going to be, ending my turn. But, can I make a check, a knowledge check to see what I know about it?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Make a Arcana check. Yeah, Arcana.
Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry, I'm getting it on the stream. Okay, Arcana, so it's a D20. I rolled a 4. But I've got a +5, so that's a 9 Arcana.
Yeah, you know a fair amount about magic and stuff. You don't know a whole lot about mimics. You do know that they can shape change and they appear exactly like the object. There's no way to distinguish them, so there's nothing you could have done to prevent this other than not going through the door. You know that their body is adhesive. Anything that touches it is adhered to it. This includes weapon attacks. It includes grapples, fists, anything that you touch with it will be adhered. I don't really know how that will affect weapons. I might have to look that up while we're playing it, but it's a shape changer. It can shape change into any object or back into its true monstrous amorphous form, and it adheres to things. You don't know anything about its immunities or its weaknesses or its damage or its difficulty, but you do know that its main draw, it's like a Venus flytrap. It gets things to touch it, and then it eats them while it's stuck.
Cool. Well, I went ahead and pulled up a mimic door for my stream, so everyone can see what's killing McGee.
As a form of what do you call it? Probably not what you're thinking I'm going to say. Inspiration. For charging down this hallway, I'll allow you to roll that check with advantage if you would like to make another knowledge check. As a form of using your inspiration that you just gained, but that's the only thing you can put on is this knowledge check.
Rolling. Okay. Now I got of course I didn't show it on the stream, but now I got a no. There you go. So 20. Dirty
Okay.
20.
So you blast through and you grab the door and you start trying to, you're like, what the fuck is this? Sorry, kid stream.
Now
you're
it's
like, "What is this?"
demonetized.
And
Great, thanks a lot.
You're demonetized. No, you get one per stream. But if I say it again, then you're demonetized. You're all these thoughts race through your head, and the only thing you think of is adhesive. I'm stuck. I can't get away. But as you start to kind of calm down and compose yourself, a few more things kind of come across your mind. You're like, you know what? I was bold enough to go in here. You're not scared. Their other main things are they are immune to acid because they are creatures made of acid. They slap you and melt you with acid. So immune to acid completely.
That's good to know.
Yeah. If they attack you, they also are adhesive. They have pseudopods that reach out from their object form and stick to you and hit you, but they also grapple you. And it has advantage against creatures that are grappled by it, so it will get extra stuff against you. The other most important thing to know when fighting a mimic is they can only move 15 feet per turn. So they are very slow creatures. Their whole thing is get you to get stuck and then eat you. So if you can escape from it, you can haul ass and you'll be fine. But that's the difficult part, is escaping from it. So
Everything's difficult for McGee, so I don't really care.
pretty much. Hey, this is a good session to start on, the session where you walk right into a mimic door.
When I'm watching it, I'm gonna be like, no, just attack it. Just use a spell.
Oh, well, the good news is, as it kind of like its form kind of shrinks to become less of a door and more of a creature, you do get to see down this hallway a little ways, and it curves upwards. See where it curves upwards? So you can go that direction.
Oh, okay.
Past the mimic. It does curve.
All right.
So
5, 10, 15. Oh God. Okay.
You are blade singing. That gives you bonus AC, and it is still going to be attacking your AC probably. So you're good there.
Advantage to well, yeah, but it doesn't stack with my mage armor. But hey, it gives me advantage to acrobatics checks. So when I'm trying to break away from it.
That is true. That is very true. And dexterity, yeah, heck yeah, that for sure.
Oh,
so yes.
Lily's turn is next. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Vanya's turn is next. But I have to go unlock the computer, so I'll be right back. You can go ahead. She cannot hear you, so just stall first.
Okay. if anyone wants to take a break, this would be a good time for a little break.
Be right back.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break. Then once he gets back, we can move on. I will actually be right back also. So
You said, you had me at if anyone wants. Yeah.
oh, so I could have said anything there, and you would have said yes. Damn.
Yeah, because there's so much you want from me. Let me tell you. I know I'm exactly your type.
If anyone wants to give me $500, yep. Oh, you said it.
Hey, so
All right, well, I'll be right back.
that's a great idea about the break. What I'm going to do is actually mute the audio and put up an intermission frame. So everyone go to the bathroom if you need. Lily's turn is next, and I had to unlock the computer for her. So I'll kind of help her like think about what she's going to do and everything. So when we go back on, how many minutes?
Let's say 5 or 6 minutes. So 9:50 would be a good time to come back. A little bit after, no big deal.
Okay, so we're gonna do 5-minute intermission starting now.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are almost back. Here we go. Okay, now we're back, and now we can all watch Biggie die. It is Vanya's turn. Hopefully, she is able to save me. Okay, go ahead, Jake.
So, nice little cliffhanger there. What's going to happen to Biggie after he
Hi.
plows 40 feet through a dark hallway and grabs onto a mimic? Maybe it'll just want to dance with you. You don't know. We'll find out. It is Vanya's turn. Vanya, you are able to move up if you hear Biggie's dire screams for help from down the hallway. If you do like he did, this ghoul will get to attack you, but you do now have a clear path to move forward. You could also move up and attack the ghoul, or you can move up and cast one of your spells. But whatever you would like to do, it is open to you.
Hey. Okay. I want to use Sacred
Alright.
Flame again.
Perfect.
On
All right, so
this
that's going to be a
guy.
dexterity saving throw.
This guy
His name is
now named
Jazzy,
Jazzy.
That is kind of weird when you click it. It looks like that's who it is, but it's just saying you're pointing.
Yeah.
All right, what was that?
I want to use Sacred Flame on him, and then I want to go to Biggie, run to Biggie.
All right, so you blast this ghoul with your sacred flame, and you look through the clearing between the post, and you shoot a little sacred flame bolt at him, and the sky opens up and blasts down at him. But he saw what happened to his friend, and he just kind of sidesteps it, and the light, he kind of like closes his eyes, the light blasts right next to him. He made his stave and stepped out of the way in time, so it did no damage to him. But if you would like to move past him, you can, but he may get to attack you, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
So if you want to move, you move your character where you want, and then tell me. But yeah, do whatever you want to do, though.
I'm gonna move down past him. I don't know how to say his name.
All right. So you walk past Zoe.
And
You shuffle your way through. As you walk past the ghoul, it reaches out and attempts to claw you, and it does hit you. And so what happens is a little bit different. It reaches out. You know what? As you step forward into the hallway, before you pass through Zoe's square, I already made the roll. No, you know what? It'll yeah. It hits you. It does hit you because it rolled really, really high, even though you have really good AC. And what happened is it claws you. It deals a little bit of damage. Okay, it deals 4 damage, so no big deal. 4 slashing damage. Not even a scratch on your 18 health to your 14 health. But what I need from you, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. Okay. I have to
You
turn off my camera.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you have a pretty high
Do I-
Constitution
do I-
save.
Do I use D8?
No,
It'll be a D20.
look at your character sheet. Look at your character sheet, Lily, and on the left side where it says Constitution in the middle, then to the right it says Saving Throws. So that's your modifier that you're going to use. Is that box filled in, Saving Throws?
No.
Okay.
Diamond? It's a diamond shape and it's white.
Okay, then you're not proficient, so it's whatever your Constitution modifier is, plus a D20. So roll a D20 and then add that.
Constitution is in the middle, you said?
Yeah, it's in the middle on the left it says Constitution. And it's probably like +1.
Okay.
And it is
9.
wait, roll a D20 and then add that number.
I did. 9. I got a 9.
Son of a.
So your D20, which is the big one, rolled an 8, and then you added a 1.
Yes.
All right. I will give you one last hopeful saving grace retcon. You do have that ability that we forget about sometimes called Warding Flare that allows you to cause a creature to have disadvantage on an attack. So before you took this damage, because we all forgot about it, I will let you blast it in the face with light and stop it from attacking you if you would like to. Do you want to use your reaction to stop it from hitting you?
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to roll this. Attack again. If it hits, all that stuff that just happened happens. Otherwise, it all goes back, and we don't have to worry about it. All right, so you go to block its attack with your shield, and it's about to claw right underneath your shield, but you hold up your mace and shine a light in its face, and that causes it to go off course, and it scratches your shield, a really deep scratch in your shield. You hear it. It sounds like nails on a chalkboard, but like even worse, just scraping through your shield. You see, yeah, exactly. You see one of the nails peek through it, and it just kind of like wrenches its claw out. Go ahead and give me also a religion knowledge check to see what you know about these ghouls, because you haven't really had a good look at them yet, but you kind of see them and know what they are now. So give me a religion.
That's a D20 plus your religion, which is going to be next to intelligence. If there's no number where it says religion, then it's I think there's a number there.
I don't see anything next to intelligence that says religion.
Okay,
She is trained in religion.
It's the bottom
I see it.
one. Okay, it's the bottom one. Is the dot filled in?
Yeah, it's colored in.
It is. Is there a number next to it?
No, but it's colored in.
Okay, then that's going to be what's your modifier? The plus what? Where it says intelligence.
+0.
Okay, so that's a +2 to your religion. Sorry, I didn't write that in. So roll a d20 and add a 2.
Okay. $12.
Sorry, wait. Just before she does that, so Lily, remember, you have an ability called Guidance, and you or anyone near you, you can use it to add an extra d4.
Guidance is an action.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I guess.
Yeah, not that. That's out of combat. But yeah,
You told me it wasn't.
Yeah, has to be in you can use it in combat, but it's concentration and it takes a whole action. So usually that's when you use it. But
Still, just remember Guidance though. But yeah, sorry.
it could potentially work in a situation like maybe you're trying to lockpick in the middle of a hectic combat and you want to give the best chance to succeed. But yeah, it's generally not a combat ability. But yeah, good to think about. So as you walk around this corner and you're blasting this ghoul in the face with light, you seem to remember some stories that you've heard that your parents or your clergy might have told you, and you recall little tidbits of the story. And hold on one second. Okay, so you're remembering little bits and pieces of the story, and you don't remember the whole story, but here's kind of what you remember. A long time ago, there were elves, and this one elf was really bad, and he did a lot of bad things, but then towards the end of his life, he saved